Hello, and welcome to the Caribbean Police Academy's Regional Training Initiatives presentation of the Advanced Training course, Delivering Training Using the CBSI-Connect Learning Management System. This is Module 4, Creating Meetings and Trainings. Module 4 Objective. At the end of this module, the student will have the knowledge and skills necessary to create courses using the wizard. Courses will take the form of either meetings or trainings. Lesson Objectives. Module 4 is comprised of two separate lessons. In the first lesson, you will learn how to create courses using the wizard process. In the second lesson, we'll take a closer look at how we created those courses and the differences between the templates that were produced using the wizard to create both a meeting and a training. Lesson 1, the Course Creation Wizard. Let's begin with some definitions. The wizard is a 6-step software tool resident in the CBSI-Connect for creating a course. A course can be defined as an event created by a content contributor or a site administrator that others can enroll in. Courses created are meetings and trainings. What's the difference between a meeting and a training? Let's start with a training first. A training is a multi-topic event. It has an academic goal, and students that attend the training can earn a badge for completion of the training materials. Meetings, by comparison, are not multi-topic events. They do not have an academic goal, and attendees attending a meeting do not earn badges for being in the meeting. The templates that are created using the wizard to create a course produce a different end result for both the meeting and the training, and we will examine these in closer detail later on in this presentation. The wizard. As we mentioned before, the wizard is a CBSI-Connect learning management system tool that walks through a series of steps that result in a shell or the framework of a course being both a meeting and a training. What this does is it makes the means to create a course very quick and very easy, following the steps. The wizard can be found in your browser in the lower left-hand corner in the gray Important Links sidebar, and is available and present to content contributors and site administrators. We mentioned before that the wizard is a multi-step process. There are 6 distinct steps. When the wizard is started, it creates a course shell using this multi-step process. The first few steps used to create a meeting and a training are essentially the same. When you get to the final end step, of whether you're creating a meeting or a training, the end step is slightly different, and the results that are produced will be quite different. In the wizard's final step, you have 3 options. 2 of these options are the same for both a meeting and a training. These would be save and go back to your home page, and delete and go back to your home page. If you select to save and go back to your home page, what you've created to this point in your wizard is saved, but no additional configurations are available. Delete and go back to your home page aborts the process, deletes whatever you've created up to this point, and takes you back to your home page. For a meeting, you have Save and Start Setup. For a training, you have Save and View Course. Both of these options allow additional configurations following this process. Selecting Save and Start Setup or View Course options presents you with one of these 2 screens that you see here. The one on the left is for a meeting. The one on the right is for a training. We'll take a closer look, but what you see here with the meeting is this is a big blue button room, also known as a CBSI-Connect room, and this is used for video conferencing people together from remote locations. This is why it's associated with a meeting, because you're bringing people together for a discussion or to collaborate on some decision-making process. With training, there's a lot of other options here that we'll have to take a look at, most likely in the next section, Module 5, where we begin to configure each one of these. Let's suffice it to say right now that the 2 end results that are produced are very different, and we'll take a look going further. Lesson 1 Summary. A course in CBSI-Connect is defined as either a meeting or a training. Trainings fundamentally differ from meetings because attendees of a training can earn a badge for attending the training. Trainings have an academic goal. Meetings, on the other hand, do not have an academic goal. You cannot earn a badge and are usually a single focused event whereas trainings are multiple topic events. CBSI-Connect uses a wizard to walk content contributors or site administrators through the creation process for both a meeting and a training. Both a meeting and a training are considered to be courses. When meetings are created, they're created with the CBSI-Connect room, which is a virtual conferencing facility, and a folder to upload meeting content. Trainings are created with 5 topics, but do not feature a presentation folder or a CBSI-Connect room. Lesson 2, creating a meeting and a training. The meeting wizard ends with configuration options for the big blue button CBSI-Connect room that's used in the meeting. Once any changes have been made, saving and viewing the end product presents the meeting template. This is where we make our configuration selections. This is the actual template itself. You'll see here where we have a meeting materials folder that was added, a big blue button that was configured in this upper portion up here. And one other thing that's added that doesn't show up in this display is a forum or a discussion group. This allows individuals who are attending the meeting to post thoughts or questions for others to view and respond to. There are some general settings that are associated with the configuration of a CBSI-Connect room or big blue button. The first one we see here is a welcome message. This is a message that greets users upon entering the room. Typically, this might take the form of something saying, "Welcome to our meeting. We will begin shortly." Another option could be that you lock the room down so that nobody can enter the room until the moderator enters. This is the wait for moderator parameter option. By default, anything that's conducted in a CBSI-Connect room is capable of being recorded. You can turn that capability off if you so choose to. Recordings are actually turned on or off when you're in the room using what's called a bullseye target that's found in the toolbar. Allow tagging interface. Allowing a tagging interface opens an intermediate screen, allowing the moderator to apply a tag or a description that's applied to the name of the recording. The system by default will use the name of the CBSI-Connect room and a date and time stamp to name the file that's made for the recording. If you have multiple recordings with similar names, it may be difficult to identify one from the other. Allowing a tagging interface makes it easier to find a specific recording in a larger listing. Send notification. A send notification sends an email notification to enrolled users in the meeting, informing them of when the course will be published and when it becomes available. This references the email address that's part of the user's profile when an individual first sets up their account. Session scheduling. As part of the wizard, you have to set a start and an end date. When you're first entering this process, you may not always know the precise start and end date and time, but you have to configure something. If you need to come back and change this at a later date, configuring session scheduling allows you to do so. This is the training template. The wizard creates a training template using a very similar procedure to that was used creating a template. This is the training template that's produced through the wizard. The process to create a training is almost identical to that used to create a meeting. However, the end result, the template, as you can see, is quite different. A training template creates a course with 5 topics as a framework for adding content. If a CBSI-Connect room or a presentation folder is desired for the course, these can be added as activities to the topics or to the summary. When you create a training, it's created with 5 separate topics. Each topic has the ability to add that folder or other activities or resources using the little add an activity or resource option you see here to the right. Most often, when a presentation folder or a CBSI-Connect room is added to a training course, it's added to the summary so that it's at the very top of the course and very easy to find and identify. Lesson 2 Summary. The wizard creates a shell or a template of a meeting or a training requiring a name for the course and an optional description using a 6-step process. Meetings and training templates are similar in many aspects, but differ in that meetings are created without topics, but but feature a CBSI-Connect room plus a presentation folder, and recently added as a discussion forum. Trainings are created with 5 topics, but they do not feature a CBSI-Connect room, and this must be added as an activity if required in later configurations. This also applies to a presentation folder. A presentation folder is not automatically added to trainings that are created through the wizard. Dates of the course can be specified as you're setting it up through the wizard. You have to put something in there, and if not known, you can decide those later using the session scheduling parameters. Module 4 Summary. In Module 4, you learned how to create both a meeting or a training using the Creation Wizard. Meetings and trainings are created using very similar procedures through the wizard. Trainings are created with 5 default blank topics, while meetings are created with the CBSI-Connect room, a presentation folder, and a discussion forum. Additional configurations are featured in the final setup that can control recording of the course, notifications to attendees, and assigning roles to participants in the course. More in-depth configurations and customizations are featured through Manage Content. This will be the subject of the next module, Module 5. Let's have some review questions. Review question 1. Which of the following is created using the wizard tool? A, a course shell for meetings or trainings, B, quizzes, C, evaluations, or D, Academy Crest? The correct answer is a course shell for meetings or trainings. The wizard creates a course shell for either a meeting or a training course. Other features for the course can be added using other means at a later time. Question 2. Which of the following features are automatically added to the meeting course shell using the wizard? An end-of-course evaluation, multiple topics, an Academy Crest, or a CBSI-Connect room and presentation folder? The correct answer is D, CBSI-Connect room. The CBSI-Connect room is also known as the Big Blue Button Virtual Classroom and the presentation folder. These are added by default through the wizard process to a meeting. Which of the following features are automatically added to the training course shell using the wizard? A, an end-of-course evaluation, B, multiple topics, C, an Academy Crest, D, a CBSI-Connect room and presentation folder. The correct answer is B, multiple topics. By default, 5 topics are added to the training shell, but no presentation folder or CBSI-Connect room. Those can be added quite easily using other options later if required. Which statement best describes the wizard process for creating a course? A, the wizard can only be used by site administrators. B, the wizard has the same 7 steps for both a meeting and a training. The wizard adds a CBSI-Connect room virtual classroom to all courses by default. D, the wizard produces a different shell/template for a meeting and a training with different features as the final product. The correct answer is D. The end product produced by the wizard for a meeting has different features than the end product produced by the wizard for a training. And last, question 5, true or false? The wizard considers a training to be a course, but a meeting is an event. And this is false. Keep in mind that the wizard considers each of these to be a course. Functionally, you may think of a meeting as an event and a training as a course, but the wizard considers each of these to be a course. This is the end of Module 4.